So hello all the Star Technophiles, this is Ojasvi Jain and in this video we will going to discuss about the PGEE exam that is going to conduct by a IIIT Hyderabad for the master's program, and its entrance examination date is on 16th April. So we have a very special guest. She is currently pursuing masters from the Triple IT Hyderabad, one of the best institute of the India. Before introduction to the Shambhavi Ojha, I really want to introduce the Triple IT Hyderabad in brief. So as we all know that Triple IT Hyderabad is one of the best institute of the India. You can compare this institute among all the tops IITs like IIT Bombay, Madras, Kharagpur, and they have a incredible alumni and the amazing curriculum that is totally industry oriented, and my favorite one is the damn amazing compensation at the end of the master. Their average is almost 20 plus lps, so this is really amazing. So today we have a guest that is nothing but a Shambhavi Ojha. I really want to give you a brief about her. So she has done his bachelor in 2018, and after her bachelor she move like with a corporate life, and she has a 1.5 year of experience as well. But she resigned from her corporate life and moved to the preparation phase. So she started her preparation in 2020, and she appeared for the 2021 examination. So I really would like to request Shambhavi Ojha if you really want to add something in your intro.
Yeah, thank you for having me here, first of all. So, as you told, I have done my BTech in Computer Science Engineering from Vanasthali Vidyapeeth in 2018. Then I started working with TCS Bangalore as an IoT developer. After that, in 2020, I resigned from my job and started my preparation for GATE 2021 and other related exams. And I appeared for GATE, PGEE, and BITS HD exam. And through gate in PGEE exam I had cleared it, but I was waitlisted and I could not get a final offer. So I joined in NIT Bhopal using my GATE 2021 score. But then a new course was introduced, a new MTech course was introduced in Triple IT Hyderabad through winter admission, and I appeared for the interview process and I applied there and I got selected. And then I left my I withdrew my admission from NIT Bhopal and I joined Triple IT Hyderabad.
Fine. So like Shambhavi Ojha cleared her like triple IT examination, like PGE examination, but she's waitlisted. So I think she's a very good candidate you can consider for the guidance purpose. She can guide you in a very well manner. So before moving to the detailed discussion about the triple IT Hyderabad examination master's program, I really want to ask one question. Like when I saw your history, like your academic history, so I really want to know why you left your job, like, and then started your preparation, because the second name of the competitive exam is nothing but an unpredictable result. So it's very difficult for anyone to leave their job and then move to the preparation phase, and
Yeah.
again started the for that thing which we really don't predict that what could be the result for that.
Yeah, so masters was always a part of my plan, but since I had a job from campus selection, I thought that it would be good to work and gain some experience before going to the masters program. So the projects that I worked on were fully in development domain. So I was an IoT developer, and it was very hectic in office. So it was not possible for me to prepare for GATE along with my full-time job. So when I felt that the learning curve in my job is is flattening a little bit and there's nothing new to learn because I'm stuck in the same project and I'm doing the repetitive task every day, it was then that I felt that maybe it's time to move on from the corporate life and actually start preparing for the master's exam, all the competitive exams. So that is how I decided to leave my job and start my preparation.
Nice. I mean, that's very inspirational, I think. And like, and my second question is, like, we all are preparing for the gate examination first, then we, according to our gate result or our gate performance, then we thought about the second examination or any other examination. Definitely, if someone got a good marks in a gate examination, why that person will going to think about the other examination, right?
Yeah,
Or it's very difficult to someone else to face that phase also, like, that person will get, definitely it's very very demotivating phase, because that person is preparing for the gate examination. If because of some reason, if this doesn't get went well, so at that time, how you stay motivated, or with the same kind of zeal you face the triple Hyderabad examination, or as I told you, you have also appeared for the, I think, bits examination as well, which
yeah,
HD
yeah,
examination. Yeah.
yeah, bits
So
HD.
yeah, so how you stay motivated for that?
Okay, so first of all, you should be clear in your motive that why are you going for exams like GATE or PGEE. So
Hmm.
if you want to get admission in a very good institute, then apart from the IITs, NITs, there are also many other institutes like we have ISI Kolkata, we have IIIT Hyderabad, BITS Pilani, like all the three campus of BITS. So you should be very clear in your motive that why you want to appear for all these exams. So for me also, when I give gate, so gate was the primary focus, but
Right.
somehow it didn't go as much as good I had expected it to go. So obviously everybody gets demotivated that we prepared so much for this, but those 3 hours we could not perform that much. So just treat every opportunity that you have, every exam that you have, as a as an opportunity to get somewhere better. Do not treat it as the end of the world, and do not treat it very casually as well. So just the same dedication that you put for clearing gate, put the same dedication for the other exams. So I appeared for 3 4 extra exams like PGWE, BITS HD, then there were some MTech research courses in IITs and NITs, so for that also I appeared. So the only key is to like give your full dedication, and do not think that it's whether I'm going to get selected or not. Just do your best. So that is it. And when you will start finding colleges apart from the IITs and NITs, you'll find a lot of good colleges. So
Right.
for me, the main motivation for PGEE was that when I was a research intern for 6 months at IIIT Hyderabad in one of the labs, so I fell in love with the college because the programming culture that you have, the academics that you have, all the facilities are top class. So when you
Right.
will learn about the colleges, that motivation will come from within, that okay, I want to clear this thing. So
Right.
yeah, that is it.
Right, right. And what's your like, motivation should always be clear. Why you want to do that? You
Mhm.
want only college, or you want a master's? So like that
Yeah.
should be very clear. So okay, so let's move on our main topic. That is
Hmm.
nothing but a triple IT Hyderabad examination for the master course. Its name is PGEE. So let's move on that. So Shambhavi, my first question is, what is the pattern of the triple IT Hyderabad examination? How it is different from the GATE examination?
Okay, so when we talk about the exam, it is a 3 hour exam just like GATE, and but here we have three sections. So till last year it was two sections only, that was aptitude and technical section. But from last year a new section was introduced, that was the programming section. So when we talk about the aptitude section in GATE, we will see that there are only 10 questions and they are very easy to moderate level questions. There is not much focus on the aptitude, but here you get 1.5 hours full for aptitude. So all these three
Mm.
sections you cannot interchange on your own. Once the time limit for each section ends, then only you will go forward on the next section. So the first section is aptitude section, where you can expect somewhere around 40 to 50 questions, and they are a mixture of quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning questions. But the main more focus is little more focus is on the logical reasoning kind of question. So there you get pattern based questions, analogy, syllogism, all
Okay.
these questions. And also there are passage based questions wherein you are given a paragraph and there
Mm-hmm.
are some statements that you have to deduce on the basis of that paragraph. So I think
Okay.
5 to 6 paragraph based questions are also there. The
Okay.
level of aptitude is slightly more than the level of aptitude in gate.
Okay.
So you have to put a little more focus when you are preparing for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then coming to the next section, which is the technical section.
Okay.
So it contains MCQ questions and the
Mm-hmm.
programming question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So again, a time is dedicated, time slot is dedicated for both of them. 1.5 hours you get overall, and within
Okay.
that, so there is some time which is dedicated. I think 45 to 50 minutes, maybe around,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to the MCQ questions, and the rest of the time is for the programming section. So in technical question, the main focus is on data structures, algorithms, operating system. These are the subjects where you can expect a good weightage of questions from. So these are the ones, and they are not. If we compare it to GATE, then
Mm-hmm.
mostly they are GATE previous year questions or standard
Okay.
book questions.
Okay.
They so the technical difficulty is not as much as GATE, but it is similar on pattern with GATE. And
Okay.
when we talk about the programming section, they expect you to write, to be able to write programs in C and C++ languages.
Okay.
And there were two questions for us. One
Okay.
question was that we have to take the input of an upper bound from the user, and we have
Okay.
to find out the number of prime numbers which lie in that particular range. So suppose the user entered 30, so we have
Okay.
to find that within 1 to 30 range how many prime numbers are lying there.
Mm-hmm.
And the second question was that we have to take input from user of a number, and we have to
Okay.
find out that whether it's an even number or an odd number. So the
Okay.
questions are pretty simple, but the twist here is that your program should be able to pass all the test cases. So some
Mm-hmm.
8 cases were there, 8 test
Okay.
cases, out of
Okay.
which 3 were visible to us and 5 were hidden test cases.
Okay.
So if you have little bit experience of programming on competitive platforms like HackerRank or LeetCode,
Mm-hmm.
then you
Mm-hmm.
will be able to handle these test cases because you know how to write a program that can handle all the edge cases as well.
Right. Right.
So that is the main thing, because do not expect the level to be that of you're writing the code locally on Visual Studio or any other editor. Expect it
Okay.
to be something of a competitive platform. Otherwise, the questions are pretty simple. It's just that you have to pass the test cases that are there.
Fine. So, like, so what I conclude that there is a two section. Overall, it is 3 hours examination,
Yeah.
and there is one part. This is nothing but a aptitude part is of 90 minute, and the
Hmm.
technical section is of 90 minute.
Yeah.
So the our aptitude part is of 90. Are we able to switch between the section?
No, that is not allowed.
Okay, means dedicated 90 minutes it's for the aptitude part only, and
Yes.
dedicated 90 minutes for the technical part.
Hmm.
So if we talk about the aptitude part, so how you think that what kind of question we are expecting, like on which topic any candidate should focus more? It's logical more,
Uh,
or like.
Yeah, little bit, maybe 30-70 ratio is there. 30% questions come from quantitative aptitude,
Okay.
which contain questions like the train, speed,
Hmm.
distance, all
Hmm.
those
Hmm.
basic concepts.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And 70% of the questions, they are logical, wherein you can expect pattern-based questions. Like there are 4 figures, 3 of them are
Hmm.
given, and
Right.
they follow
Right.
a particular pattern, and the fourth one you have to guess. Or there are
Right.
passage-based questions, there are syllogism-based questions. So
Right.
those kinds of questions, and for practice, you can refer any online material, or you
Mm-hmm.
can go to the standard book for aptitude, which is R.S. Agrawal
Okay.
book. That is very good. Or you can refer to India Bix and Solutions
Mm-hmm.
Adda, these
Mm-hmm.
kinds of websites.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I also remember that there is a pattern-based question. Almost two or three are the pattern-based question only.
Yeah.
You have to guess the fourth pattern. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was there. And so, how many questions were there at that time?
There were around 40 to 50 questions and 1.5 hours of time was given. Another very important thing is that the instructions that come before the exam, every
Okay.
candidate should read them very specifically, because in when we give GATE exam, the instructions are similar for every year. But
Right.
here the instructions might change, as we also faced that a new section of
Right.
programming was added. So it's very
Right.
important to read the instructions regarding the negative marking or the
Right.
number mark of questions, the weightage of question, or the sections
True.
and everything. So please
True.
read the instructions carefully.
True. Instruction is extremely important one. So from that instruction only, you will going to conclude that negative marking is there or not,
Huh.
how many questions there are, and coding part is there or not, because
Hmm.
coding part is introduced in the 2021 attempt only, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this is all about the non-technical section. So Triple IT Hyderabad focused on the non-technical section as well,
Hmm.
more as compared to the gate, because in a gate you are expecting only I think 10 questions,
Hmm.
mostly hardly 10 questions, because
Yeah.
that 10 question is included English part as well. Or yeah,
Hmm.
there is English section as well.
No, not much focus is there. Just the paragraph-based questions that we have that contain us like there are no synonym, antonym kind of questions.
Yeah,
That is not there.
yeah,
It's
like
more focus is more on extracting the aptitude level of the candidate. Now, do not think that okay, I'm not good in aptitude, because when you see the question, they just want to check the presence of mind basically, and
true,
what how
true,
you think. So
true.
if you have practice of tackling those kinds of questions,
Hmm.
then it is going to be easy, like comparatively easy.
True. And what about the paragraph related questions?
So read between the lines, and they also provide you the rough sheets and all. So
Okay.
when you read, like, just to save time, do not think that okay, once I'll read the paragraph, then I'll deduce it, then I'll see the questions, because the number of questions are more, and per question you hardly get 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes time. If you see the breakup, you have to appear for the question as well as recheck it. So
Hmm.
hardly 1.5 minutes you get for each question. So in that kind
Okay.
of a scenario, it's better that you read the lines and you just note it down meanwhile, that okay, whatever information is given, and then move to the questions. So just read between the lines and focus on every detail that is given.
Fine. So I think this is all about the non-technical section or the
Yeah.
aptitude section, that is allocated 90 minute, that is dedicated 90 minute. You can't switch to the non-technical part.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's you can't switch to the technical part, sorry.
Huh.
Now let's move on the technical part. So I divide the technical part in the two ways. First in the MCQs based, and second one is the coding based. So let's talk about the MCQ based first. So how you differentiate the MCQ like with the gate examination label. So how you differentiate that?
Okay, so in GATE, when you see the question paper, most of the questions are very new. So they come
Okay.
for the first time. Okay,
Hmm.
there is very less amount of repeated questions or questions from the standard textbooks. The
Correct.
pattern is similar, like how we prepare, but the questions that you'll see, they'll contain 2 or 3 concepts together. So they're
Mm-hmm.
new questions basically in GATE. Whereas in PGEE, the thing is that you get questions from standard books also, you get some
Hmm.
new questions also, you get some gate previous year questions also, but new questions are very less in number. And
Okay.
even if they are there, they're very basic concept. So technical
Hmm.
part, the pattern is going to be like, just like gate,
Hmm.
but the difficulty level is slightly easier than gate. This is what I felt. And also one more thing is there, that while giving gate we gain the experience of giving any competitive exam. So that
Right.
plus point is also
Right.
there with us,
Right.
that okay, this kind of questions we are expecting, and this is how we have to manage our time.
Right.
So the technical questions, it is normal, it is not that difficult.
Right. So this is the plus point for those candidates who have already prepared for the gate examination very well, because the in the IIIT Hyderabad, they will going to expect only the same kind of questions only, or a simpler questions only, because
Yeah.
what they want is to what they want, the time management. I think they really focus on that part, not the very depth concepts about the technical part. I think that's why we have to cover up. I think 60 plus questions was there in the
Uh,
21st attempt.
yeah, yeah. No, I don't exactly remember the number, but yeah,
Okay.
it
Okay,
was
so roughly
and one,
55, I think roughly 55
huh,
question we can say that. So
huh,
you
and
have
one
to
more
cover.
thing was
Hmm.
there, that there were no questions from, there are generally no questions from theory of computation and compiler design subjects.
Yeah, yeah.
And the more focus is on your data structures, algorithms, operating system, and somewhat they also ask from networking and COA subjects. But main
Mm-hmm.
focus is on DSA. That is their.
Right, right. So what the key point is, I find it out this discussion is that you have to focus on more data structure part
Hmm,
and the algorithm part, like little bit operating system and computer network, but
yeah.
you leave the compiler design part and TOC
Hmm,
part totally, right?
yeah.
There is no question at all from this
Hmm,
part. That's
hmm,
amazing. Now let's move to the coding part. So
yeah.
the coding part is new for all the candidate. Like well, what kind of question we can expect in this examination, and what is the level of the coding part, and
Hmm.
as you told the test cases part as well. So I really want from your end, like how any candidate should prepare for that, what should be their mindset, like before facing this in the first time in the examination day only.
Hmm. So when you're preparing, just make sure the very basic thing is that you are aware of how test cases work, because there will be certain test cases which will be visible to you. Then that is very easy to solve when you run the code. Okay, here my code is not working, so I can cover that up. But the hidden test cases, you have to imagine, like, okay, what can be the problem here? You have to guess it, you have to solve it on your own. So
Right.
be sure that you have some experience of programming in platforms like HackerRank or LeetCode, where your code is supposed to pass the hidden test cases. Number two, they might not give you very high level code like
Hmm.
implementing the
Hmm.
dynamic programming or
Right.
implementing some kind
Right.
of graph structure. Those questions
Mm-hmm.
will not be given because the time is very less, and these
Yeah,
questions
correct.
they require some kind of strong concepts about DSA.
Right.
They might ask very basic questions, very
Mm-hmm.
basic C++ questions. So one more thing, that you should know the syntax of C or C++. You should be
Mm.
comfortable writing program in that.
True, true. So,
So
acha, okay. Option wise, how many options in there in the language point of view?
C and C++ were the two options that
Two
were given.
options. Okay,
Hmm.
not Java and a Python something else.
No, 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 no.
Okay, it's C or C plus plus. Fine.
Hmm.
And how many test cases
There were
are there?
8 test cases and 3 were visible, 5 were hidden test cases.
Five.
And also, when you see the website, they have given
Mm-hmm.
the syllabus. So last time, in our syllabus, it was given that the candidate is expected to read and write program in C, C++ language. So
Okay.
you should focus on the syllabus that is given also.
Okay. I really want to know, like, do you remember the exact questions that
Huh.
was yeah.
Yeah, so one question was, we have to take the input of a number from the user, and
Okay.
we have to classify it as being positive number, sorry, even number or odd number.
Okay.
And there could be many test cases related to that,
Okay.
like zero and all. So
Mm-hmm.
that you
Mm-hmm.
should take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah,
second
correct.
question was that the user will input an upper bound like 30 or 50, and you are supposed to find the number of prime numbers starting from 1 till that number input by the user. How many
Mm-hmm.
prime numbers are lying in that range? So these were
Okay.
the two questions that were asked.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like simple level question. It's not a
Yeah.
very difficult one. Fine.
Hmm.
So this is all about the coding section. and one is nothing but a time management. So
Yeah.
the time management is damn crucial in this examination, because in 90 minutes you have to cover the technical section, almost 55 MCQs, and the two coding questions as well.
Hmm.
And if I combine whole, I can say that whole examination is all about a 3 hour examination. So how can anyone like assume it, like how to manage the time in the proper manner?
Hmm.
What do you suggest?
So when you start the exam, since then only you have to be very alert and very
Hmm.
quick.
True.
So and do not leave a lot of questions for revisiting, because you
Correct.
won't get time in the end, and
True.
that will only panic you out. And if the starting section you panic out, then the technical will also be gone. That is a very natural human psychology.
True.
So
Correct.
just manage your time from the very starting. Do not leave the questions for revisiting, but also do not put in so much time in just one question when you're trying.
Hmm.
Okay, so you will hardly get 1.5 minutes for each question, 1.5 to 2 minutes for one question. So just try to finish that off in that time duration also, so that you get time at the end to revisit and revise your
Correct.
content. And for the negative marking thing, you have to read the instructions. So yeah, this is about the
Definitely.
time management.
Fine. So this is all about the discussion of the Triple IT Hyderabad. That is nothing but the PGEE examination. Hope you got the all sides of this examination. If you have really some doubt, then definitely do comment in the comment section, and you can also ask a questions from Shambhavi through his LinkedIn account, Insta account, and definitely FB account. And we will going to give you all the social medias perspectives, platforms that is related for the triple IT Hyderabad examination in the comment section. And the what are the possible questions, that is the memory based questions of the triple IT Hyderabad, that is also going to present in this comment section. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you, Shambhavi.